following a way of eating and you've been doing it for 3 months, you've been doing it for 6 months, and you're realizing I am hungry all the time. You're realizing I get hangry. Like there comes a time in the day where I'm just upset, I'm angry, I'm cranky, I need to eat something now. Okay? Why is that? What is behind that? And we're going to talk about what you can do to keep that from happening again. Okay? There's a lot of issues with many diet plans in that they are based off of caloric deficit. I've talked about it a ton of times. We've talked about how a calorie is not a calorie. And there are a lot of things that go into what we eat and how it affects our body that have way more to do than simply burning fuel. Okay? We're going to talk about two things today. We're going to talk about caloric density and we're going to talk about nutrient density. Okay? They're two very big factors in what determines how hungry we get, how long we stay full when we eat, and if our body is getting the things it needs to actually perform well. All right? So let's talk real quick about caloric density. Caloric density. What is caloric density? Caloric density is real simple. It is the amount of calories in a set amount of food, right? If I have 8 ounces, let's say I have beef. 8 ounces of beef, right? How many calories are in those 8 ounces of beef? There's about 570 calories in 8 ounces of beef. That beef is 578 calories dense. Okay? If I take ice cream, right, and I get 8 ounces of ice cream, same amount, right? There are 471 calories, right, in ice cream. So by that theory, if we're talking about just calories in, calories out, theoretically, I should be able to eat all the ice cream I want compared to beef, and I won't get as much fat if I eat ice cream as I will if I eat beef, right? Calories in, calories out, that's all it is, right? If I eat ice cream, I'll have less calories, so I won't get as fat. Now, where does the calories come from? Macronutrients make up our calories for the most part, right? So we have protein, we have fat, we have carbs, right? Protein, fat, and we have carbs. All right, in this 8 ounces of steak, I have 59 grams of protein. All right, I have 35 grams of fat, and I have 0 grams of carbs. All right, in this ice cream, I have 7.9 grams. Let's just, you know what? Let's just make it 8. Let's just make it 8. 8 grams of protein. I have 24 grams of fat, and I have 55 grams of carbs. All right. So if a calorie is a calorie, then this shouldn't matter, right? But here, watch this. Protein calories don't count as much, right? So we don't have to worry about that. What we do have to worry about is these guys right here, carbs. These two, fat and carbs, are the two macronutrients that we have to worry about in our bodies being turned into body fat. Okay? These being lower is better, these being higher is not. If I have 35 grams total between the two versus 79 grams total between the two, which of these two is more likely to go to fat? Protein doesn't go to fat. Fat and carbs go to fat, right? 35 grams, 79 grams, okay? Now, we're not talking about fat gain, we're talking about being hungry, but you'll see where I'm going in a second, right? So just from a fat gain perspective, even though the calories are less, more of those calories are going towards fat. All right, side note. Now, let's talk about hunger. We talk about caloric density, okay? Ice cream is technically less calorically dense than beef. Interesting. Let's talk about combining caloric density with nutrient density. Okay? And this is where this stuff comes into play. Okay? Nutrient density, much like caloric density, is how many nutrients are in a set amount of food. Right? So if I have beef at 8 ounces and I have ice cream at 8 ounces, which one has more of the nutrients that matter? Now, protein. Beef has way more protein than ice cream. Okay? So that's an up. Plus. minus, right? Fat. Beef has more fat than ice cream, right? Carbs. This is a plus because it's a 0. This is a minus because it's 55. This is opposite of the other two. We do not need the carbs. We do not need the carbs. So if we get the carbs, it's extra. It's something that's going to go towards fat. We don't need it, right? Carbs are not a nutrient that our body requires. So if we get it, it's extra. Don't worry about it, okay? If you get it, it's a minus. We don't want it. So beef is more nutrient dense than ice cream. So beef wins, okay? Yay, beef. Good job, beef. Now, if I were to eat ice cream to get the same amount of nutrients as the beef, how much ice cream would I need to eat? And why does it matter? There's this thing we call satiation. Okay? And that means getting full when you eat. If I eat a certain amount of food, at some point I'm going to get full. I'm satiated. All right? What happens with their body, and we found some great information from Marty Kendall in Australia. He's done stuff with Nutrient Optimizer. You can take a look at it, nutrientoptimizer.com, I believe, where he's done thousands, he's studied thousands of people. He's got an app where people put the food they eat, and he analyzes all the data. He's found that people are more satiated when they get more nutrients, not when they get more quantity, okay? So your body is going to shut off. When I get a certain amount of nutrients, right? If I get a certain amount of potassium, I'm eating food and I get potassium, I get magnesium, I get calcium, I get iron, I get all these different micronutrients and minerals, my body's going to say, I've got the nutrients that I need, I don't need to eat anymore. I'm not as hungry, I'm satiated, okay? That doesn't happen through caloric density, that happens through nutrient density. So you get more nutrients in the food, the more dense your food is with nutrients, than you do with calories, okay? Anytime you're going higher in calories, you're going less in nutrients. Okay? Anytime you're going less in calories, you're usually going higher in nutrients. So you want to focus in things that are in this area, not in things that are in this area. So the reason you're not full when you eat, the reason that you're hungry all the time, is because you're getting empty calories essentially. That's where the whole idea of empty calories come from. Calories that don't have any nutrients in them. Primarily those guys. Carbs, processed foods, things that we change their structure so that we can get more quantity but have less quality. All right? So if I'm always eating low nutrient density foods that are high in calories, and I'm eating out all the time, I'm eating the standard American diet, even if I'm just eating regular starches and vegetables and things like that, right? The amount of broccoli you have to eat to get the same amount of protein as a steak, you have to eat bags and bags of broccoli, right? And the whole idea there is, let's just use ice cream as an example. If I want to max the protein, because that's the most important macronutrient we're going to get, right? If I want to max the protein, I have to do, what's that, 5 to 6 times. 5 to 6 times the amount of volume of ice cream to get the same amount of protein, right? That's 3,768 calories of ice cream to get that. That's where we get the problem of having to eat all the time, because you have to eat calories, you're not getting nutrients. Your body wants the nutrients, okay? If you want to follow a diet plan that does not keep you hungry, that gives you the energy that you need, that you don't have to overanalyze and think about and count every single thing that you eat, okay? Focus on the protein, okay? Meat-based, okay? It's going to give you the protein that you need. It's going to give you the fat that you need without the carbs. We'll say fewer carbs. Okay? Protein is going to give you the things that you need to build your muscles and repair your body, recover faster, and it is the most satiating by calories. Okay? What that means is you will feel fuller with less calories. Learn how to spell calories. okay, if you eat protein. The more protein you get, the fuller you're going to feel, the less calories you're going to eat. And that's pretty much the basis for this whole thing, guys. The reason you're hungry is because you're not getting enough protein. You're getting too much of not quality food in what you eat every day. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope that it's given you some information and tools that will help you live a better quality of life. For more videos and to get notified when new things come out, subscribe to this channel and you'll get all the information as soon as it hits. If you want to follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you can find me at the Apex Training System. Or if you're interested in our programs and what we can do to help you with it, whether it's one-on-one coaching or whether it's in a group online program, go to theapextrainingsystem.com and get all the information about what we do. Look forward to talking to you. Have a great day.